Well, here I am, Groundhog's Day again. I did a bunch of videos of me singing with the shirt on. Whoever's seen those, they're going, that boy's definitely in Groundhog's Day. Yeah, I call this my Groundhog's Day shirt. So I was just going to show you what I do for healthy meals. I eat one meal a day. I have 0 calories throughout the day, so every 24 hours after 5, I make my dinner, and it's from stuff that I grow. Like I just now picked some freshly picked kale from the back. This is March, by the way, March 8th. I get that all winter. This is radish leaf. You eat it like the spinach, radish leaf. Who knew, right? Those also grow. I just picked this. This is also from all winter. It grew. I got this long row of radishes that I planted in the middle of summer, I think, something like that. But I didn't do it on purpose. I took a bunch of seeds out of some radishes. I let them go to seed, and I took what I thought was all the seeds out of the pods. And I used a shaker, and I looked at it. I didn't see any seeds, so I threw all the scraps into these little squares. And I'll be doggone of hundreds and hundreds of radishes didn't grow from something. I didn't see any seeds, so I don't know how it happened, but they were still there. Little baby, tiny, couldn't even see with the naked eye seeds. And so it grew hundreds and hundreds of radishes. And so I thought, I'll just leave them, because when they're that close together, they don't get big and round. They just get a stick and grow leaves. So I thought, So I let them grow. I'll be doggone, my experiment paid off. So radish leaf all fall, winter, still picking them. It's just loaded out there. They look like this right now out there, and they look like that all winter. Snow, freezing, 20 degrees. Yeah, same thing with my chives, right? Chives, just now picked those. These are going in my dinner, right? And so what I do is I'll take a bunch of like rice or brown rice usually, or sometimes I'll take a wheat pasta, whole wheat pasta, noodles or something like that, and whole wheat, and I'll cook a big batch. And then what I'll do is, including soups, I'll make a big batch of soups, right? And then I'll eat that for a couple of nights, and I'll freeze the rest. And then I'll do that with some pasta, make some pasta or make some stir fry or something. And I'll have that for a couple of days and freeze that. And so I get like about 4, 5, 6 different kinds of meals in the freezer, and I don't have to cook anything if I don't want to for, a couple weeks. Cook nothing. Like here's some potatoes. I bought a bag of potatoes. Check this out. I bought a bag of just russet potatoes, and I cut them up into like French fried JoJo kind of size, right? And I put them in an oven, and I cooked the whole bag of potatoes so they wouldn't go bad, because I don't eat potatoes that much. And what I do is I'll take potatoes, and I would typically use them instead of throwing starch in my garden fresh tomato soup because I grow a lot of tomatoes. I like to throw some yams or some potatoes in there instead of throwing starch, something to thicken up my soup. I take the potatoes or yams, and I'll take some of the liquid from the tomato soup, and I'll puree it, mix it into a paste almost like, and then I'll put that into my tomato soup, and add whatever spices that I'm growing. I grow all kinds of different spices. And then I have my nice fresh garden tomato soup. I don't know, I probably only have about 30 pounds of tomato stuff left, but yeah, I've been eating it all winter along with somebody who used to live here. So here's looks like pasta noodles. So when I'm ready to make dinner on that, when those zucchinis, when I grow zucchinis, have you ever seen a big old zucchini that gets like that? Oh, it's a zucchini fish story. And that, right? So what I do, instead of tossing it out, I take those and I cube them, and I do a quick freeze on big trays. They're big trays, and I put them in my big freezer. and I can just layer them on top of layer, and I'll show you sometime when I do that. And quick freeze them. That way they don't get stuck together, and I'll put them in my containers. I got a bunch of containers like this. I have a bunch of containers like this, and I will start filling my freezer up come spring, summer, and start from zero. I'm whittling down my freezers. I'm getting ready to transfer everything that's left in one smaller freezer into the bigger freezer because things are getting down. So once I get down, my freezer gets way down, closer to empty, I'll have more produce, different produce coming on, and start refilling my freezer again. Yeah, I probably only spend, actually I don't have to spend any money on groceries if I don't want to. But I like a banana now and then, you know, one that's not cut up and frozen. I like an apple, a fresh apple now and then, that kind of stuff. And I got fresh veggies, so I don't need to buy no veggies. And you can grow this stuff at home. There's people that grow these things on their roof. They go and they put these planters. I build planters, and if you go to my playlist and you select gardening, you'll see gardening in there, and you'll look at my planters. People take those and they put them on their roof, and they grow their produce on their roof because there's too much shade, there's too much, you know. But on the roof, that usually gets good sun, right? Up higher, you know, more sunlight. I've thought about that too, like keep them away from the snails and some other bugs that are ground-dwelling bugs that eat my garden. So yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff here. So I have a peach tree. Now, if you come across somebody that has an orchard of something, or they're throwing stuff away, this food that they can't process it, I got a peach tree. I used to just throw them away because I didn't know what to do with them. Now what I do is I quick freeze them in my regular freezer. It's just a regular self-evaporating. It sucks the moisture out. Most freezers have that, automatic defrost systems. And so that's from my tree, peach tree. You know, I used to make wine out of it. When I had too many raspberries, I'd make raspberry wine, grape wine. I don't drink anymore, so I don't make any wine. I stopped that. Became too much of a habit. Started causing me problems. Blood pressure was going through the roof. Doctor had me on 3 different blood pressure medicine, and I finally stopped drinking, and slowly over time got off all my meds. I'm on 0 now. I think at one point I was on 12 different medications. Yeah, alcohol is a cumulative effect on the body. So yeah, 0 meds. My lipoprotein test in December said I had the biological age of someone between 20 and 25. And I feel younger than that. So because I eat well, I get lots of exercise. I got an exercise routine in the morning. So if you want to go on my playlist, you'll go under exercise, and you'll see I'm just now restarting that again. Had a bunch of things that I had to take care of, and so those things have been taken care of. So this is what I'm having for dinner tonight. It's looks like brown rice with a lot of these vegetables that I showed you, other tomatoes that I've grown. I've got a bunch of tomatoes that's in the freezer. There's lots of different stuff that I grew out throughout spring, winter, actually winter, but spring, summer, fall, right? And as things will ripen, I got abundance of this. I can't eat all that much, but I can quick freeze it, right? So you can do this too. Your roof, it's amazing what you can grow on. And not only that, there's food safer on the roof from predators. Yeah, I would do that, but you know, I got space here, you know, I can spread out when I need to and use my driveway when I need to and kind of take them away from the snails and other bugs that want to eat them. Anyway, so I thought I would share my dinner, so I just take my freshly cut, just a few minutes ago, I cut this up. Pick this. So this is chives, kale. I just wanted enough to like sprinkle on my dinner. Right. I do have a little bit of turkey in there from leftover from holidays. Yeah, Thanksgiving. Yeah. So, and I do try to find protein because I'm not a vegetarian. I don't think that's a healthy way to go. Human beings are designed to eat meat. We're carnivores. You know, even wolves, you know, there's 60% of their diet is, you know, protein from, you know, animal stuff. The other 40 is like roots and stuff they scrounge that's vegetable stuff, right? Even wolves and dogs, right? Their diet is actually kind of similar to us, but they just have a more meat demand, right, for protein. And anyway, so that's kind of it. Please subscribe, thumbs up, ring that bell. And I got also in my playlist, I got a bunch of songs that I have sung, and yeah, if tomorrow never comes, I think that's my #1 viewer right now. If tomorrow never comes, if I remember correctly. Sometimes late at night, I lie awake and watch her sleeping. Yeah, check it out. So thumbs up, please subscribe. Now I'm going to eat my dinner, and I hope your life is treating you well. Bye now, yeah.